Okay. All right. So Twitch is going.
Yeah, and
Again.
I'm recording my voice and your and everything that's happening on the screen and your voice and everything too, just to
Oh,
see if it works.
that's terrifying, but cool. All right, awesome. So this was, as I was saying before, this is just a game I'd started up. So I've only finished one or two missions. Do you want to talk a bit about the game before we jump into it? Like, what are your thoughts?
I like it. The only thing is I haven't gotten to the stage where I can start with the awful loadouts of when you play through the tutorial, you get like interface and you get
Motion.
yeah, and things which you seem like you really need, and then also the ship upgrade, which is remote power.
Yeah.
So without those, I don't even know how to start the game with just like real sparse equipment. So I just basically quit the whole thing, cleared all my cache, and started again.
Yeah, I think I saw your thing where you did like a complete reset. Yeah, and you clear the data out.
Yeah.
It's challenging. It's interesting. I was talking to the developer.
Yeah.
He put a thing out saying, "Hey, have I made it too hard?" That basically it proc gens your loadout after the first round. Because he said he's been getting some feedback that it's a bit too difficult. I said to him that I quite like it, and he said he deliberately has made it that way to make it hard.
I think that's fine. I just don't understand how to play as yet. Like, I keep dying before I get out of the first system, without the interface and other bits and bobs.
Yeah, it's really hard. So you need something like, you generally tend to always get stealth if you don't get motion. I've found something that you can use, even a probe sometimes, which is also handy. So I have been playing without motion. I've got motion now, so you can see on the screen there.
Yeah.
I actually didn't have motion to start with, but that motion's highlighted yellow because I picked it up damaged. I stole it from another droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is difficult, but it does. I was talking to the developer, and I said it really changes the way you play by having those different loadouts. He said, well, that's why he's done it that way, because he really wanted people to try and play the game a different way, and in a way he sort of forced them to do that by changing that loadout randomly. But yeah, he did get a bit of feedback apparently saying it's just too hard without things like motion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you play and I'll watch.
Okay, cool. So the first thing I always do is I rename my droids. It's really, really important.
Why is that? So you know what they do?
I don't know. Yeah, I tend to give them a name depending on their abilities. So I always give the same droids the same abilities.
Okay.
Just a way to remember. Not that I really use it for the aliases or the commands or anything like that. It's just a way for me to remember. So yep. I think I actually had to jump to a different system because my previous system was I was kind of locked out. It had a lot of these ones here that I couldn't get to because it required a transporter.
Yeah, I haven't got as far as transporters yet.
Yeah, so transporter is a ship upgrade.
Oh yeah.
But you can also get teleporters for your droids as well.
Yeah.
So the other thing, just quickly, have you unlocked much of the story?
Something to do with goo and military, and like I said, I had to clean everything out, and they got rid of all the story.
Oh, of course.
But
yeah.
But feel free to tell me stuff about it. I mean, I'm interested.
Well, it's just like, as you can see here, I've got, as you find clues, I actually thought like there was just one story, and then you unlock clues, but it's really interesting because you actually get all these different ones. So I've got pandemic, cosmic event, super predator, grey goo, and just general ones, which are just logs. And even in each one, like pandemic has two different objectives and a theory. Oh, yeah, and I really like it. Yeah, it's really interesting as you unlock them all. I thought that was quite cool because I wasn't expecting it that you'd have all these different possibilities that it could be. And I don't know whether it resolves into one. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So with the selection of where to go, obviously if you've got the age of the ship and the different stability has a big impact. I've had ships hit by asteroids and radiation leaks because of the lack of hull integrity and just the stability. So I'll stick on a stable one for now because at least it gives me a chance.
Yeah.
And I'll board, and I'm pretty happy with my loadout, so I'm gonna stick with that. Nothing interesting. Only one type. It's important that infestation types detected. Initially, I just thought that was the number of infestations.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not. It's different kinds.
Yeah.
So I was very, very surprised when I thought there was only one, and then there was like 3.
Yeah.
That was just my bad reading comprehension.
Yep.
All right, so there we are. So, do you use the aliases much?
Use the what?
The aliases.
I don't know what you mean.
These. So the aliases are shortcut commands that you use to which are built up of the actual real commands.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Show me.
So I've got the screen open now, the alias editor open now.
Yeah.
And some of these are just taken straight from the examples from reading the help, and others I've built up, built myself.
Oh, so you.
So you can see I've got.
That's clever.
So enter will do a whole bunch of stuff like this, and you can actually give them parameters.
Yeah.
As well, and you can give them room, a droid, door parameters. You can make them. It's almost like a little mini programming language.
Yeah.
You can make them optional as well, so that's pretty interesting. My favourite one is Snarf, which I did, which was just a gather all.
Yeah.
It's a quick gather all command. I've got one particularly for stealth. I've got a ninja command to do my stealth thing to give me a chance. I'm just got stealth activated. Anyway,
that makes sense. But I haven't found that I really need that as yet. But I can see why, if you're running away and stuff, why that would make a difference.
Yeah. It is really more just a shortcut than having to type in a lot of commands. Not really. I don't think it's really vital, but certainly it does help with a bit of typing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've got one set up so I can tell all my droids to go in, and they'll automatically go and he'll find a generator for me if he can get to it.
I guess I do that every time. I do, A1 and then send in number 2 and then.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really the purpose of an alias is just to make your life a little bit easier to do stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that's all. And I like it because it gives it that Linux feel. It's all about Unix and Linux, very much like that, where you make aliases for commands, which really appeals to.
Yeah, totally. Do you not close that door immediately? I always do that.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I do. Hey, safety tip number 1: always close your airlock when you go out.
Don't die because I'm listening. Just play so that you won't die.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry, I'm probably going to die horribly anyway. Oh, I can see that room because it came up. That's right, in my little blurb when I docked into the ship, that it had already scanned that room. So that's pretty cool. So how I normally play, like if I know that there's an open door there, I normally send in Sid, who is my primary, to go in. You know that this room is safe because that door's open. And look around. And one of my favourite things is having the scan upgrade, because you can often find hidden scrap.
Yeah.
With scan.
Yeah. Yep, I've discovered that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really handy. Otherwise, the best you can do is just drive around and hope you find it. But I can use my Snarf alias, and he'll go away and he'll gather all those up for me, which is pretty cool. I've got a droid now that has the sensor upgrade, so Vic's got a sensor upgrade, which is handy if you're trying to herd, if you want to know whether something's been herded in and you haven't got motion.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's check out this layout. It looks pretty good. 7, and I've got a little go command now, which is a shortcut for navigate. And because you can tell it to go to rooms or droids if you want to. because it uses a parameter. I'll get him to go into R2 and I'll get him to gather all the stuff in there. But yeah, with that interface, like I found interface like really vital when I was first playing.
Yeah.
Like being able to set off those the sentry turrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, just. And when I didn't have it after I died the first time, I'm like, how am I going to finish this game without having interface? It was horrible. But you adapt.
Yeah.
Basically, which is what it's all about, I guess.
I don't know how. Like, I can't imagine how.
Stealth and also turret. So for a while there, I had the stealth and turret set up in my primary droid.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I didn't open the door then. No. And that was okay. You could stealth in and then shoot them as long as they weren't too tough. The really fast aliens, the ones that don't move and suddenly they just leap across the screen with this horrible like electronic sound, seems to be super tough and just almost impossible unless you've got prior warning of them or you can herd them somewhere.
Yep.
So without something like motion and being able to herd, it makes things like that just like really hard. Also swarms are quite difficult as well, I've found. So anyway, speaking of motion, I'm going to use my motion tracker. Something interesting I learned from reading the instructions is so all your upgrades wear out, and they only wear out the first time you use it in a mission. So that first time it'll degrade, and then you can keep using it as many times as you like in that same mission, and it won't degrade anymore. Which was sort of good to know. Alrighty, so everything's looking pretty safe. It looks safe. This happened to me once, and I went into a room that was green, and as I went in, an alien came out of a vent and killed me.
Yeah, they do. I've had that as well.
Yeah, which was awesome.
And have you had them breaking doors down and stuff?
Yeah. So, okay, we got 2 drones. Fantastic. There's probably a bit of a. Is there a lag between what you see and what I'm saying? I think there's a slight Twitch lag potentially.
Possibly, like when you say that I can hear you typing and then it comes through a little bit after.
Oh yeah, cool. Sorry about that typing, by the way. My loud keyboard.
It's not bothering me.
Cool. All right, so what was I going to say? Swarms. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to hit any of this mission, but with swarms, a lure can work on them if you've got the lure upgrade. So I can salvage both of these, which is cool. Let's see what they've got. So yeah, and swarms often try and break down doors, and if you've got a lure dropped and all the doors are closed in the room, they actually will try to break down the door to get to a lure. So if you're not sure that there's swarms around, you can drop a lure in. Yeah. Or even or monsters that are biological, and sometimes they'll give themselves away by trying to break a door down. The other awesome thing about swarms, I only noticed this last night when I was playing, is you can actually just hear a swarm through a closed door. It's a really faint whiny sound.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. I'm sure it wasn't my imagination because I tried it a few times. Because I was in a ship that just had tons of swarms in it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. I hope that's actually a real thing. I didn't just make that up. Okay, so this guy's got pry, and Jill's got sensor, which I really need right now. So one of my aliases that I've got set up is rescue.
Yeah, cool.
So I can send drone 3 into room 5, and
can I have a look at it?
Oh, the alias.
Yeah.
Sure, hold on. So there's rescue there.
Yeah.
So it sends. So things with a $sign are arguments, and the X means a drone, and one's just an identifier I give it. So basically, it says whatever I put in as the first argument's the drone, and I want that. Whatever I put in for the drone is whichever drone I put in, it will navigate to, And these two here are, it's or, so it means either a drone or a room. So I can send this first drone to either go to a drone or go to a room.
Yep.
And then that, I'm telling that first drone that has the tow command to just tow, and it will just tow the nearest droid, and then it goes back to your first room.
Yeah, room 1. Yep, that makes complete sense.
And room 1.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I could even then tell it to, in fact, I might even add to that thing right now. And, whoop, I'm gone. Where is he? Come back, cursor. I want to tell him to also tow again. So he stops towing. I can save that, and I'm actually pretty impressed with how this works. So I can go rescue, because droid 3 is my towing droid. I want to go into room 5, and off we'll go.
Yeah, cool.
Meanwhile, oops, I'm going to do a motion, and room 4 is clear, so that's pretty good.
Do you have to drop? Does that include dropping that one in R1?
Yeah, or the second tow command I just did will effectively drop it. Now, because those I've locked those doors, I've opened those, closed those doors rather, so I will open them again. It's pretty cool. So it'll do it after you've opened the doors, which I like.
Yeah.
It doesn't just give up and go, no, I'm done.
Except when things have changed and then they all die. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, the pathfinding is pretty bad.
It is.
I have
really
found.
Bad. Yep.
Yeah, it gets, and also the corridors are too skinny or the droids are too fat.
Some of them
so in
are,
a corridor, they just get stuck. And I've had a droid like just get stuck on a box, and you're like, just go around the box. There's no, don't want to go around the box.
Yep.
That's about my one main criticism about the game, is that the pathfinding is pretty bad.
I was wondering if it was a way to get you stuck in corridors when you're about to die, but
okay.
I don't think it is. I think it's, you know.
That's a pretty bad way to build tension if that's what's been done deliberately. I really like driving the droid around in droid mode.
Oh, do you? I mostly play in the tactical view.
When I'm exploring a new room, I kind of like to do it, particularly if I haven't got some scan or something, just so I can make sure that I've uncovered stuff.
Yep.
Right. So obviously there's going to be a generator in D32 in the room connected to that, and of course there's a monster in there, so that's great. Now the other reason, I'm just going to get my rescue droid going again, back into R5. We'll go and do that. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, but here's what happens. Now, I'm just wondering whether I can hear what's behind that door.
That was the one with the red motion scan. Don't open it.
Yeah. So I can't get through there. So I have to go through this door to get to the generator, to unlock those, to power those other doors.
But you can't really see if any other door to hurt it out or anything.
No, I got nothing with that. What have I got?
Did you do a motion scan in R6? Oh, but you can't, because you can't open the doors anyway.
That's right. I'm stuck there. I haven't got an interface either, so I can't even check that terminal to see whether it'll give me a ship scan.
Yeah.
So what I can do... No. Yeah, okay, all right. Here's what I can do. So if I'm going to send droid 3 over to R4. Really? Oh, sorry. So I can hear that monster out into R4 and then over into R5.
Yeah, true.
If I get into go into R7, so I'll send.
But you still can't get through though to R7. Oh yeah, no.
I just want to get that monster out of the room.
But then
E32's point 2.
But you'll be stuck. If you have the monster in R5, you can't get round.
Yeah, I can. Then I can. Oh, actually. Oh, you're right. Maybe if I just herd him into R7.
That'd be better.
I herd him into. Will that be better? Probably.
Because
Probably that would be better.
Because at least then you can go down through D32, whereas if you herd it into R5, you're stuck. Because you need R5 to get down through D32.
True, but I could if I get the. Oh yeah. You're right, because I need to get droid number 2 down to the generator.
Yeah. Unless the ship has
could
remote power or something, I don't know.
Probably not. But yeah, you're right. That's a good call. So we'll get him into R7. So I'll send him to there. Have you used a sensor before? The sensor upgrade?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. So just make sure I can do a. That's right. I know what it is. Okay, so let's just. Yeah, it's going to drive him back. That's fun. And we'll shut T30. Keep that open. Open T32. So I've done this before, and I could not get him to come out, and I had to go in and get him to chase me to make him come out.
That's not going to happen for me anyway.
Yeah. Another time I set up a mine, and I was because all I had with them.
D32 or it'll go back again, and you won't know.
Oh no, that's right.
Quick, D32. Okay. Huh?
Did I do that right? Oh, he might have left. He might have been at D32.
Yeah, you needed to herd him into R14 and then close D32, so you know that he didn't escape back down there.
Yeah, I didn't close
D32. Open D16 and D32, and then make sure he's in R14, and then close D32.
Oh, I know what I can do. I just the sensor would have been handy for now that I think about it. He's in R7.
Do you reckon? It's not clear. It's not conclusive.
R7's red.
Oh,
and
okay.
And R.
I can't. You must have a lag. I can't see R7 being red.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Yep. R7 is red. Yep.
It's coming now. Okay. All right. Yep. All right. There's about a 5-second lag between what I'm doing and what you're seeing by the look of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's no generator in there. I haven't been in there yet.
No, I haven't been in there yet. All right. So let's just send him. There we go. All right. So I have a clear run for droid number 2. Oh, let's just shut their airlock and we'll send droid 2 to R8 and fire up generator. Here we go. I'll move droid 1 because
pathfinding.
Drone. Sorry, yeah, because of pathfinding, because it's just they're just pretty dumb.
Well, maybe drones really are dumb. Like,
yeah, I kind of like. They do give me kind of that impression that they're not really smart, because they're sort of so big and round in the schematic, and they really need a lot of help. Okay, this is a pretty good place, which is great. Did I tell you that this game reminds me of a Commodore 64 game?
Which one?
There's a game called Paradroid. It's very similar to the drone view, if it was kind of, if you'd pulled back a little bit, where you control a controller drone, and you basically it's a spaceship where all the robots have gone haywire and killed the crew, and you go on board and you take over the other drones, and you effectively clear out the ship by taking over the drones, and you upgrade your drone to better and better drones as you take them over. It's not near as complex as this, obviously, but it uses a really cool, like the drones that you see are just numbers. So it's meant to be looking at it through like a schematic, and it's quite uncanny how similar it is in that way. And I spoke to the dev and went, "Have you ever played Paradroid?" He's like, "No," but someone else said that it reminded them of that game, or someone had mentioned it to him. It was quite cool though, quite coincidental. Anyway,
motion.
We're good. Motion. Yeah, this is really bad.
I can't see it because you've got lag.
Oh, sorry.
But
I'll give you a second. So all yellows.
Oh yeah.
All around.
So that's pretty much when I give up, like, because I don't really know how to deal with that. So that's pretty much when I go, I don't know, and like head back and exit, essentially.
Yeah. Well, honestly, being greedy is really bad in this game. That is my big takeaway. Greed is bad, and that's what actually gets me most times. Is I just push it to go. Oh, I get a little bit of OCD. Like, there's just one room to go to clear out. It won't be a problem. It literally happened to me last game. I'd actually herded a monster into the last room.
Yeah. And
I went, I should go, but I just want to see what's in that room because I hadn't searched it yet. And that infestation was a swarm, and it wiped me out. Wiped out every single drone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just went, yep. And the room had nothing in it, apparently, from what I saw before I got wiped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the greed's really bad. So what I would do in this circumstance is...
you could blow the red thing out the airlock, maybe. Oh, no. Oh, no, but not with that generator.
Yeah, I don't want to lose a generator guy.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just going to do a little bit of a scat around at these doors here.
To listen.
Yeah, so given that I'm pretty sure
wow,
it's possible to hear some things behind doors, and I really hope I wasn't imagining that, because I did test it a few times last night, and it certainly seemed to be that you could hear these noises, certainly for the swarm anyway. All right, I'm going to try a stealth mode. I'll just shut D32 just in case. Now, it's kind of risky because my generator
it's right there.
drone's right there, which is pretty bad, but I'm going to give it a go. So this is only if I do motion again, that's a small corridor, which isn't really great. I'd much rather a bigger room. But I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to activate my stealth field. And we'll just sneak in. And got lucky, which is great. Cool. And so I can actually get that fuel. So I pretty much make sure that I at least try and get some fuel before I go. And unfortunately, I just did that one, and there's nothing in there. No fuel, which is a bummer.
Yeah. Is that just randomly generated, like whatever's in there? They're not like crafted levels or anything, are they?
No, the whole thing, from what I've gathered, just everything is procedurally generated, for good or bad. All right, so that was that.
Well, it's another generator.
That room's clear. Yeah, that's awesome. So that unlocks that one room that I can't get to, which I know actually is green, but at least I can now protect my other drone. I'm going to try and stealth in again. All right, so I saw that there was someone there already. You'll see that in about 5 seconds.
I'm glad you closed D17. I was waiting for that.
Yeah. All right, so I know that there's something in R9, so I'm just gonna so I don't forget, I'm gonna flag R9.
Yeah.
Flag command. Help me, otherwise I get absent-minded and I just open doors that have monsters in them. All right, so I might just reopen D17. Oop. Reopen D17. I'm going to drive my little drone back in. I'm going to try door 29. All right, I'm going to try stealth in again. This is going to be scary.
That's useful seeing how you stealth in.
Yeah, and as you can see, most of these are false positives or false warnings because again, that room is just nothing. But I am gonna, and I know that there's something in R9, so that just leaves E33. Try, and what? Really? Come on, Ted, get out of the road. Squeeze my droids past, and then I have a bit of a look at D33, I think. Motion. It's only a small room. All right. Try it.
It's interesting because like because I keep dying, I haven't had the opportunity to practice stealth. So it's interesting watching someone else do it because now I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I could just do it like that.
Yeah, it took me a while to sort of. I have to admit, I kind of would stealth and then charge in, and like stealth. Sometimes if you stealth in and stop, they don't know where you are. But then again, I've stealthed in and the swarms swarmed around me, and I've gone, I'm fine, and then I've moved to get away, and they've picked up my movement and they've got me. Yeah. And stealth also gets thrown off with if you actually try to do anything. There's always a chance that they might see you do it. Yeah. So there's a monster in there's infestation in R14 as well. Yeah. As you probably saw. All right, so I could forget it and give up now and go. I've got a lot of scrap, but I haven't got any fuel yet. And given this is just a trial run.
But don't die on my account.
Oh no! But I'll at least fire up that generator in R12. Yeah. I think I'd be remiss doing that. Oh, that's right. R15 is clean anyway, so that's good. I'll tell you what, though, after I discovered that infestations can go through vents, I've been really just even greens now. I'm worried about going in just in case. And here's a broken vent here.
And as soon as you see a vent, just get out of the room. At least I do anyway.
It's just terrible. I have to admit, I do go pretty fast when I see one. There's a monster in R10, but R11 and R16 are both green. So I'm gonna.
Do they come through broken vents?
I think they break through vents.
Okay.
And a broken vent might either indicate that one's come through, or it's just broken. Anyway, so in R11 there's a turret. Oh, there's another turret in the other room too. And I found a ship upgrade, decontaminate, but it's permanently installed, so I can't tow it out. So that's pretty much it then for this.
Is there anything you can do with permanently installed upgrades?
I thought maybe you could use pry
Yeah.
to get them out, but you can't. As far as I can tell, you can do nothing with them.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna worry about those other infestations. No. No, because I need to get that generator, which I could do. Yeah. See, I could. So if I send 2 to 13, I'm just a bit bummed that I haven't got any fuel, but I did get 2 droids out of it, which is pretty good.
Is it fuel that kind of ends the game because then you can't jump anywhere else or move anywhere else?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, fuel's basically it. A little bit like
FTL and out there.
FTL. Yeah, out there was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But of course, if you do a system jump, you get your sublight fuel back effectively.
Yeah.
It resets it, so you've got a number of jumps left. But yeah, effectively that's it. Like your fuel's your primary commodity. Have you encountered an outpost yet where you can buy things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found my first one last night, which
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It took me a couple of systems, but yeah.
Yep, that's pretty neat. I made some mistakes here because I left some doors open, but that's all right. That's fine. I'm just going to send. I don't want to rescue. I'm going to send my droid to about 12:30. And I'm just going to do a motion when he gets there. I know that there's a... Oh, really? I just realized this one didn't even open up D6. Yeah. All right, so I'm thinking there's probably a generator in R9 that will let me unlock R10, but that's not worth it because I know R9's got a monster and I know R10's got a monster in it too.
Yeah.
So I am going to... I think I'm done. I'm going to call it on this one.
Is there like an ending alias, or is that you can type end? Can you? Well,
yeah. So end was the. Let's renamed mine evac. I think.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Oh, so that one was already there.
Yeah. Ooh, he's stuck. Okay.
But presumably it's not smart enough to go to the right generators and open the right doors, though, is it?
No, it's not. Unfortunately, I've got a door closed, though, so my droids can't escape. No.
Can you redock to A2? Dock A2.
Oh, I could too. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Alright, so now.
Why does it say close? Oh, you need to open A2, yeah. Whoops, sorry, I'm probably heaps behind you.
No, it's fine. It's all good. I've actually just exited now.
Yeah, cool.
So overall, that was actually a pretty good haul. So like I got two drones out of it.
Yeah.
Each with an upgrade, and I got 6 scrap.
Yeah.
So that's nothing to sneeze at. It's interesting. I was reading again some of the help, and they just say because everything degrades, like even your ship degrades over time.
Yeah.
and so your visuals get worse and worse as the ship's visuals get worse,
Oh, really?
and you can't repair it. Yeah. So eventually you have to upgrade your ship or have to take over, commandeer another ship.
Wow.
Which I thought that's pretty evil and kind of great. I do like also each little droid has its own each drone has its own degauss command where you can degauss it like a CRT monitor.
Yeah.
If the visuals get bad, so I think that's pretty cool.
That was great. So many details, and like I learned some stuff from you, like with stealth, for example, like because I haven't had an opportunity to practice it because I keep dying every time I try and use it, and then I never get it again.
Yeah. Look, I got wiped out like heaps because I didn't clear the cache. I've just been going since the very first game.
Yeah.
And it was hard. I'm like going, this isn't possible. But then I just kind of completely changed how I played the game and just took a really softly approach.
Yeah.
And it kind of works, but it's still really risky. Like some of that bio monster that just lunges at you.
Yeah.
Like you stealth in, and he just goes from across the room.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah.
Yeah.
No, can't do it.
Are they always red? I was wondering if they were always red.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It may they may be. I'm not really sure. But swarms are terrible too because you can't outrun a swarm, and unless you've got like a speed upgrade.
Yeah.
And so I found them like terribly bad, and swarms just seem to completely want to demolish doors as well, which is pretty terrifying.